everyone, and welcome to Team Talk here on Blood Bowl Live. We're here to go through all of the teams from our favourite tabletop fantasy football game. I'm joined by Mr. Tom Feakes, and this week we are looking at Underworld. We are looking at Underworld Denizens team, the team for anyone who loves gutter runners so much, but you don't love the rest of the rats. Although you do get several rats in this team, I guess. They're one of the teams that are in the offering of Blood Bowl that have a bit of a mismatch of positionals from various places, similar to the Old World Alliance and the Chaos Renegades as well. Well, I mean, Tom is the perfect person to join me for this one, having just won his most recent league season with Underworld. So there is no better person to ask, Mr. Feakes. If you are new to Blood Bowl or you're not new to Blood Bowl and you want something new to try something different, why would you pick Underworld Denizens?
Well, let me settle you down and everyone gather round whilst I tell the 3-hour tale
Are
of
you
my
sitting comfortably?
glorious
Let's begin.
novel season 6 victory with Underworld. No, I won't do that. They are just fun. They are just pure fun. They are chaotic. They will explode sometimes. More often than not, they're probably going to explode the opposition. They have a weird reputation in Blood Bowl, and I kind of understand why. A few years ago, back before they were nerfed, they were massively overpowered. Then they lost the swarming rule and they balanced out quite well. But a lot of people are kind of, I think, still a little bit hurt from when they were completely overpowered. And I get it; they were horrible to play against back then. But they're in a really good position now, and they're just so much fun. You want a gutter runner who can have two heads, blodge, sidestep, the whole lot, all the mutations, dodging everywhere on a 2+, picking up everyone on a 2+ because he's got access to big hand. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. The only thing, you will have comments come to you because you're saying, "Oh, you're going to be playing Underworld." One piece of advice: remember, there's a time to stop fouling. Okay, it is fun. It is the Underworld way. There is a time to stop. Okay, when the team's dead, stop.
It's an interesting team, Underworld, because you're right. You've got access to mutations like you don't on some of the other teams that have these positionals. You've got access to a gutter runner, but also access to throw teammate. You can have a rogue or a troll, so there's a good amount of flexibility there. You've got snotlings who can cause a lot of trouble, even though they don't have swarming anymore. There is still a cheap additional member of your team to go out and do that fouling that you may want to do. So there's a lot of benefits to this team to play in a variety of styles and cause a good amount of grief to your opponents. Let's have a little look at the roster. So the linemen are Goblin, 40,000, movement 6, strength 2, edge 3, passing 4, armor 8, dodge, right stuff, and stunty. You can then have access to 6 Snotling linemen, 15,000, movement 5, strength 1, edge 3, passing 4, armor 6, dodge, insignificant, right stuff, sidestep, stunty, and titchy. We'll talk about whether insignificant is really that much of a thing with this team or not. You also get 3 Skaven Clan Rat linemen at 50,000, movement 7, strength 3, edge 3, passing 4, armor 8, and animosity towards the Goblin. You then have Skaven Thrower, 80,000, movement 7, strength 3, edge 3, passing 2, armor 8, animosity towards goblins, pass, and sure hands. You then have a Gutter Runner, 85,000, movement 9, strength 2, edge 2, passing 4, armor 8, animosity towards goblins, dodge, and stab. You have Skaven Blitzer for 90,000, movement 8, strength 3, agility 3, passing 4, armor 9, animosity towards goblins, block and strip ball. So the benefits that Gutter Runners and Skaven have gained in 3rd edition both come across to the Underworld team. And then you can choose between either a troll for 115,000, movement 4, strength 5, edge 5, passing 5, armor 10, always hungry, loner, mighty blow, projectile vomit, really stupid, regeneration, and throw teammates. Or you can have a rat ogre at 150,000, movement 6, strength 5, edge 4, passing 6, armor 9, animal savagery, frenzy, loner, mighty blow, prehensile tail. Apox, you have access to rerolls more expensive at 70,000 for the Underworld team. And bribery and corruption is in play here for those cheap bribes as well. Um, it's interesting. We've talked quite a lot, Feeks, about like different builds, like yourself and Scott Bryant as well, because he's played Underworld and really enjoyed them as well. And we've talked about different builds and how you can go for the Rat Ogre and use them as a really good blitzer. You can go for the Troll and have the have two one-turn threats because you've already got a one-turn threat with the Skaven. Um, what what would you be going for a £1 million build here, and what kind of changes are easily made to that?
Yeah, so the only real choice for me is whether it's a troll or a rat ogre. The rest of the build's largely the same. The only difference would be you have a little bit more cash if the troll's in there. Personally, for me, I love the rat ogre. I know you've had issues with ogres, Chris, but we're not here
We
for
have a
customer
complicated
sessions.
history, but we're not
You
here for
you do, but I love them. Mine was the bestest big boy. You did so well.
that.
Um, it's just the guaranteed activation for me that really sells it. Snotlings, 15k, they're insignificant as in the trait. They're insignificant kind of on the team because they're there to foul and be punched by the Roger, as far as I'm concerned. Don't care if they go. Fine, all right, go for it. You've meant I've got a guaranteed activation. So personally, I'd always go for the Roger. The rest of the build works with the swapping a troll, add a few extra pieces in. You get all of the rats. All of the rats. Your blitzer is now incredible. You've got the Skaven blitzers now up to movement 8 and strip ball. It's just got better. Gutter runner has stab. It's going to be useful every now and again, but you're getting the extra stab. Thrower still possibly one of the best throwers in the game. 3 clan rats sorted. I would normally go then 4 goblin linemen and 2 snotlings up to 13 players. Then 2 re-rolls, and this is where you can vary it a little bit because that takes you up to 885, which still gives you 115k to play with. So you can pack out your roster right up to 16 if you wanted to. Wouldn't recommend it. I'd leave a little bit of space in there to get star players if you can. Or you can get the 3rd re-roll, you can get the APOC early, you can get whatever you like, really. Generally, I'd probably recommend the APOC because if your gutter goes down early, it's really difficult. They are very reliant on that one player.
Yeah, I think of all the teams in the game, this is probably one of the ones where having that APOC is so important because
Mm.
I guess arguably not as bad now with the increased movement of the Skaven Blitzer and the addition of Strip Ball. They're now a more solid piece than they were, and they were a very solid piece to begin with. But your gutter runner being your major scoring threat when you don't have the one turn option, you're going to want to keep them on the field as long as possible. So the APOC is really, really key. I think it's I think your roster there makes complete sense to me. I don't think I've ever heard anyone not take all the Skaven. It's kind of the question is what is your big guy and what is your split between Goblin and Snotling, and do you go for more Snotlings to give yourself more of that cash that you can then spend on something else, or keep in reserves to replace the Gutter Runner, or do you go more Goblins, have a slightly sturdier team? We all know how frustrating Snotlings can be with the sidestep and the titchy and dodge in there. They can be very difficult to kill on their day. So it's a team with so many different kind of routes and kind of possibilities of what you could do with them. That the only difficult thing, I guess, and it's the same difficult thing with some of the other ones. It's less difficult now because GW have released a box of it, but
Mhm.
historically they've been a difficult one to kind of be able to build because you need all the different pieces. Bit better now because you just need to find the big guy really, and you do get the box that they do, so that's made it a lot easier as well. So the changes to Skaven, the fact that you can now get the box as is and just need to get a big guy like most other teams, make this a really, really tempting team to try.
Yes, yeah, they are. I know. I mean, I've had a lot. I had a lot of luck in my league. That has to be said. And I know I'm coming off a winning streak with them. For me, they are just so much fun. And the thing is, even with the Snotling, you want to be annoying. Okay, 2+2+2+. Deal with the sidestep Snotling. And you'll be surprised how many times their opponent does not roll a power or both down. And
I
your
wouldn't. It's
Snotling's
the
probably
bane of
then
my
died.
life.
Yeah, but they're so irritating, but they're so good when they're on your team.
Mm. Well, that is Underworld Denizens, a interesting, quite unique team in the game of Blood Bowl. Recommend absolutely that you give them a try. We'll be back next time for another edition of Team Talk with another team from our favorite tabletop game, and we will see you then.